All right, welcome back. Same session. I noticed as the session continues, I just like slowly slouch down further in my chair. Sorry. The more comfortable I get, the more I slide. Actually, scoop my chair a little closer too. There we go. Okay, let's take a look. We are all good here. We're done with infantry. I don't need any more infantry. Everything else I need is support units and archers. So we could still upgrade the Oak of Ages, but I'm holding off. I want to make sure I have enough to spend on buildings once this finishes one turn from now. As far as diplomacy goes, you know, these Dark Elves to our north are getting slowly more and more upset with us. Yeah, they're not even willing to consider non-aggression or trade agreements now. So war is on the horizon. We're pretty strong compared to Naggareth is stronger. Aggressive, guardian, wary, and diplomatic. Okay, good for you. Might consider recruiting a new lord pretty soon. I don't know, maybe. I kind of want a tree man army. That'd be pretty fun. If you get a good tree man that has like some healing abilities, some healing spells, he can kind of just wade into combat and do that thing I was talking about where basically the whole army just kind of supports the tree man.
I must declare you our enemy.
Finally, my sister sees sense.
Seems correct to me. Yeah, so this idiot raiding our territory has declared war on us. I'm not sure what his intent is. He's gonna attack our home province. Wow, it's very poorly defended for our home province. Usually they come with more. I guess it has a tree man. I doubt we'll have too much difficulty here. Not many archers, but we have a lot of infantry. The raiders are a bit of a pain in the butt, but because we don't have many shields. But yeah, our tree man can solo half their army probably. Our tank, as it were. We don't have to worry about, you know, preserving units here because this is just our garrison. They'll come back over time. It's unlikely something else will come in and attack them. Beastmen be like this. They just come in, raid your shit, and then kill your people. Annoying. Highly irritating. I guess we'll get to see what the Witchwood map is like. Usually home provinces like this, home settlements, will have some kind of unique map. It's a DLC, so it damn well should have something. We'll see. What did I pay for? This is the portrait of our captain, I guess. Whoever's leading this little unit. No actual generals here. Okay. There's a few units you haven't seen here, too, so we'll show them off. I do recommend if you're starting this to hit this button, just take a look at the very basic, you know, qualities. This is really handy to get a quick look at what you're doing. Okay. So we get some Wildwood Rangers, and they're an interesting unit. I don't know how to use them very well. So it looks like they're an armor-piercing damage dealer. So yeah, lots of melee attack, decent melee defense, and they do some armor-piercing damage. Decent amounts of health for a Wood Elf unit. Decent amount of armor, and you can see that reflected in their gear. Yeah, they got a little armor on. Okay. I'm just not really sure how they should be used. Okay. So if they're in the forest, it's so dumb. I don't like the forest reliant abilities that you need to function everywhere. But they're a little more powerful versus large units. So I guess they're sort of, they feel like a hybrid to me. Yeah, they sort of feel like a hybrid to me. Like, it seems like they're kind of intended to, like, fight big units like horses and stuff, you know, cavalry and stuff, but maybe they can also sort of hold their own in infantry engagements? I don't really know. Okay, since this is a settlement, we may have some turrets, maybe? Turrets? I thought I saw one. Oh, I was looking at this. I thought this was a turret. I guess it's nothing. Wow, no turrets, huh? Oh, just crazy, right? Really? No turrets at all? Okay. Oh, cool. There's the volcano that's by our settlement. All right. This is pretty standard for like a wood elf settlement defense. Just kind of an open foresty area. Makes sense. But they put in some like choke points and some cool statues. For Athel Loren, for like either the Oak or the capital settlement of Athel Loren, if you play as like Orion, they'll have sort of kind of like statues like this, and you can stand next to them and they'll shoot magic at the enemy. We may just not have those yet because our settlement's pretty unupgraded. I'm not sure. Okay. So how do I want to do this exactly? First off, can I see their forces a little better? If I kind of Vanguard deploy over here? No, I can just see their general and one of their herds. Beastmen are very much so an aggressive, you know, charge in and murder you kind of faction. That's pretty much their shtick. And when they get going, when they get really good armies, they're just horrifying to Wood Elves, because Wood Elves can't outrun them particularly well. They have cavalry and, you know, dogs and all kinds of weird shit that runs faster than your Elven infantry. Some of these like forest spirit units I've found are okay counters against them, because I don't think they're really anti-armor usually. I could be wrong about that. I think what I'm gonna want to do is, since we don't even have a defense point, like we don't have a victory point that they can capture to win the battle. They just have to kill us. So there's no reason not to use all of the choke points. So what I'll do is I'll position some dryads out here to counter anything that comes in this direction and just kind of stave them off. And I'll focus my defense sort of on this path in the center and put this tree man right out here as bait. Tree man, decent amount of health, tons and tons of armor. They're also armor piercing themselves. They have Vanguard deployment. They handle charges really, really well. They have some magic attack, some armor piercing attack. They can hide. Yeah, expert charge defense. Yep, just they don't get a charge bonus. They cause terror and fear. Terror basically just they can make a unit just run away because fuck you for a short time. Fear just, you know, reduces their morale. They can take down gates. They are weak to fire, but they have some missile and physical resistance to make up for that. So this unit will essentially tank for us for the first moments of the battle. And, you know, beyond that, we'll just have some spears up to kind of in the back here, and we'll have all of our archers ready to put in some work, get some shots in. Oh, that didn't work. Damn. Look, I want you to organize the way I want you to organize, damn it. You bastard. Organize this way. Thank you. There. So I was talking earlier about like Deepwood Scouts in the last video, and like 360-degree arcs of fire, and you can see it with the Deepwood Scouts here. This yellow circle indicates their range. They have tons and tons of range, and they can fire in 360 degrees, and they can fire while moving. So they can run away and shoot people as they're running. So once you get more, once you get more advanced archers like this one, you can be on the fly at all times. You can have spearmen countering little attack movements, and, you know, running archers around everywhere, just shooting non-stop. You can really make life a big pain in the ass for your opponents. So, really good way to handle elf archers. Okay, let's kind of organize everyone up, and let's do it. They really don't have a significant force. They really don't have any power units. I mean, their best unit here is their Beast Lord, who can be pretty easily shot to death, I think. What's his armor rating? Should be high. Yeah, 70 is pretty good. Lots and lots of melee attack and defense. Makes sense for the kind of dude he is. I'm a little worried these are going to be outside of the firing arc of our
bows are yours.
Archers here. Okay. Where's the rest of their army? There you go, they're hidden. Okay, raiders, so they have some hiding abilities. They're gonna shoot the fuck out of our tree man. I mean, that's kind of to be expected. Alright, we're starting to rain some hell on them. Just kind of moving around, just dodging a few bolts. You saw a few pass by his left there. He's kind of too slow to really effectively dodge, but, you know, we're trying. Them putting the spearmen against my tree man is the right call. You can see they were trying to move this gore herd around the tree man, but I didn't let them do that. You know, we don't want to give them the option of making the correct matchups. Okay, as expected, they are moving a gore herd over here to these dryads. I think the dryads will lose. But the dryads will probably... Nah, see, 2 ungore herds. So really, the dryads... I just need them to hold off for now. I don't want them to win. I don't care if they win. I really just care that they hold for a bit. But, you know, beastmen are high damage, you know. So it's unsure how long they can hold. But the main point here is, you know, we're holding as long as we can for our archers to put in as much work as they can. You can see they're trying to get these spearmen around to get to my archers, which is why we have the spears here. Turn off skirmish. See, that's why I don't like skirmish. Skirmish just, you know, if these glade guards had run, they would not have been able to continue firing. So that would have been upsetting. There we go. Okay, my dryads are actually winning out. Yeah, higher quality elven units. It's not too surprising, I suppose. You know, generally, beastmen units are going to be low quality. Yeah, same as like Skaven and other evil factions that are similar. A lot of their powers and their monsters and such things, but I feel like beastmen on average are a little higher quality than, say, like vampires or Skaven. They're like a little better on average per unit. As opposed to, say, like vampires who are going to raise zombies at you that like literally aren't there for anything except for slowing you down and mucking up the works. For like vampire counts, you call that tar pitting, where basically you just like raise zombies everywhere and say fuck your operations, I'm not going to let you do what you want. And I should probably have my archers actually targeting specific targets. Archers are doing a fine job right now. They're just getting kills. That's what I want them to do. I'm going to have, I think it's a good time to start maybe targeting their lord. I feel like we're at that point in the battle. I'm not sure why they're advancing so much to do that. It's okay. Spearmen are holding fine. Dryads 1 over here. Dryads 1 over there. Awesome. Go ahead and clean up that unit and put some pressure on their archers maybe. Now we'll clean up those spearmen that came back. Looks like the beastmen are definitely coming back. Quite a good deal. Let's send our little captain Wildwood Rangers around the side, because they're just getting shot right now, and that's not helping my cause at all. Some of these arrows are probably going to go into us, into our tree man, instead of the lord that I'm targeting. So let's actually switch here. Let me take down these archers. I'm tired of them shooting me. They're not good units, the archers, by any means. These Ungor Raiders, but they're annoying me, so definitely harassing me a little bit. Let's have the Dryads here help out the Tree Man, because the Tree Man is slowly going down now. Yeah, he's definitely going down, so let's go ahead and have the archers take down the Spearmen, maybe? My spears over here are doing a fantastic job. I'll actually let you see that there. See the glory of the combat. I do love... Just, you can tell, right? You know, the organized lines here versus the mob of the beastmen. It looks so great. This game does a great job of selling the feels, you know? How the game should feel, how the units should look, how they should move. Okay. Yeah, nothing really left but to target the enemy general now. Let's move the Dryads out. Oh, God, that was the tree man. Oops. Where's the Dryads? Oh, there they are. Yeah, don't let that herd get there, please. And yeah, we'll do that. And it looks like my archers are a little upset. Their targets are kind of getting blocked. Let's move them around back here, and they can help out the infantry fight over here. Yep. That's interesting. They have some of their raiders over here, just in the melee, just firing back at us. I guess that's a chaotic thing to do for a chaos faction. Oh, the Beast Lord's almost dead, though. Ugh. Are we going to be able to chase him out? How fast is he? Speed of 38. Speed of 38. Bleh. I would like him to be finished off so he doesn't come back with his forces. If at all possible. I will actually shoot my own people for that. If I need to. I don't care. We won, and I need him to die. So actually, yep, there he goes. Sweet. Good. Get off of defensive mode so you chase people, and you can chase those. That's a lot of dudes right there. They're a prime target for my archers to chase down, I think. Yeah. Go that way. We don't have any archers, so, you know, catching stuff is going to be not 100% probable. We're a little faster than some of these raider units and such. The Dryads are really fast, actually. I didn't think they'd be so fast. 43 speed is really good. They might have some bonuses due to being in a forest battle, maybe? I don't know. Usually, like, tree spirit units I thought were kind of slow, but maybe Dryads are the exception. Like, the tree man here is only 35. Maybe, maybe I'm just wrong, and, like, the forest spirit units are just faster for what they should be, because I guess that's kind of not slow for a really big beefy tank. I can't imagine the Hyro Titan's that fast, for example. Yeah, this is great. I love watching this, just them running and firing as they go. Looks so cool. Always been really into like the super crazy bow expertise stuff with the elves. That's really what always attracted me to them. Before I got into the reading of Tolkien and had an appreciation for the whole immortality curse kind of concept. The tragedy of the withering, the entropy of the world, and the loss of friends and family. That sort of thing that really ties elves together in Tolkien, and I don't know how present it is in derivatives of Tolkien like Warhammer. Close victory, whatever. I think that was pretty solid. I don't think we were ever really at risk of losing there. Probably close because, our tree man, almost went down, but he did his job, which was tank, tank, tank. And as you can see, when your tree man tanks properly, your archers pick up the kills. The Dryads were the only ones that did better, and some of those may have come from routing units, but they did 1v1 their respective fights properly, and the Spearmen did a decent job as well, so that really tells you, elf unit quality is definitely superior per unit card compared to, say, each Beastman card. But that's the thing, though, is once they start getting Minotaur units, Razor Gores, Chaos Giants. Chaos Giants are kind of meh. But once they start getting their power units, though, one Minotaur could be worth 4 Dryads. I don't know. It starts swinging the other way, and then you have to focus those down. And then if they have really high armor, and you don't have, say, Starfire Shaft archers that have armor-piercing damage, you have a bad day. We'll just get more cash. All cash all the time. And that army survived. See? Barely. It's almost dead, but it's gonna run from us, which is irritating. Alright.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Whoosh. Sweet. We'll auto-resolve this. This is not worth my time.
I refuse doom.
Cool. Didn't kill anyone important.
Strength in mercy.
Accept Ariel's will.
Accept
My
Ariel's
arrows
will.
grow keener.
Alright, Forge of Daith again. Sweet. And we finished off the Shadowgore Warherd. They made a mistake in trying to attack the Witchwood. The fools. The fools. Okay. Next. Power for the Stag Knights is tempting, but actually even more armor for Dryads and such. No, that's just Treekin and Tree Man, so not even Dryads. Does anything give bonuses to Dryads? Out of curiosity? Yeah. Melee attack and weapon strength. Don't care. Weapon strength, charge bonus, and reload time reduction for flying units. It's okay. It's just not as good as reload time reduction and missile strength for archers that can kill people before they can kill us. So, Bolts of the Forest just seems really, really powerful. High Elves have, their similar ability. But we're going to start going down this path now. Missile strength +5, weapon percent +5. Not too significant at the beginning here. I'm going to want Always Ready next for reload time reduction and ammunition. Because mostly the sisters, I'm having them shoot people, so, shooting them more often will be helpful. And now we have this next level. And I'm going to want our Roots of Giran. Thank you. So that we can get our Spell Singer up here. Out of curiosity, what do the other ones do? Just unlock more recruitment slots for those mages. Okay, cool. And do I want to like get some like war dancers? I do like war dancers. They're really cool. They're elite infantry units for the Wood Elves. I think they're kind of glass cannony, if I recall correctly. They have a lot of like attack and defense. You know, some decent charge bonus weapon strength, but they have low armor. And I don't think they have super high health. Yeah, it's okay, but you saw like even the clan rats had higher health. I guess in the meta they're probably intended to handle. I guess they're intended to like kind of just slaughter through some of those weaker units and just be damage dealers. And I think they're also kind of hard to hit. Just looking at like dodge that they show off there. Yeah, dodge. Which I would love to see the tooltip on it to explain it better, but I can't. Because when I mouse off of this, it removes their unit card. Damn it. Okay. Blade Singers are new for the DLC, and I'm not familiar with them. And Wildwood Rangers are apparently tier 3 infantry, which I don't agree with that assessment. I would pick War Dancers, usually. Which I could just be wrong. But I just don't. I don't know. I don't use the Wildwood Rangers, like, at all. I just don't. They've never been a part of my armies. I could also build the Sacred Grounds of Anathema, which would provide recruitment of Hawk Riders. Okay. Missile strength plus 5% for all armies. Yeah. Looks like this also... They really want to encourage us to use the lore of beast casters. We'll talk about that later when I need to actually recruit a spell singer, about the various lores. I just don't. Beast casters, like, they're not bad, okay? They're not bad, but I would take a dark caster any day. I would take a life caster any day. I would take a high caster any day. I'd take a sky caster. I'd take sky caster. What? High caster. I would take any of them. Literally any other one. I just don't prefer it, and I'm sure some people get great use out of them. So, we can go ahead and get another level here on this. Yeah, why not, right? It beefs up our garrison even more here, and there's kind of no reason not to get it unless I want to start considering these. I think I do. Let's start considering Confederation missions. Keep this campaign moving. If I spend all my cash on upgrading the Witchwood further, like, that's fine. But I'll kind of be like locked into this area with this. You know, I'll be turtling basically because I won't really have any direct missions to really handle. So it's gonna be a couple turns before that's done, and I can get my agent, and it'll be a few more turns. Until this is happening, which I don't care. Enables awakened forest attrition for local enemy armies. I don't know what that is, but sounds cool. Does it have a better description where I can see what that is? Let me see the tooltip. Doesn't really tell me what it is. There doesn't appear to be. I can't right click to get a encyclopedia description of what the building is. Oh well. Maybe once it's built. We'll go ahead and, I guess, colonize this Ice Rock Gorge area since we have this whole other settlement, and I don't want those Dark Elves sneaking in again and taking it out from under me. I don't like people owning territory in the provinces that I control. I control all these other settlements. I want to control this too. Harmony has prevailed. This little icon we have here means that since we're in, like, the Witchwood territory, we can actually go ahead and, like, teleport all the way over here to this side of the map, which is so cool. Best mechanic I've seen so far for the Wood Elves. You know, the Wood Elves are these like disparate factions that are separated by half the map, and there's no reason to make friends with the other Wood Elf factions. See, there they are. Look, see, they're coming. Told you. That's what they're coming for. They're coming to colonize Ice Rock Gorge. I'm telling you. But we're gonna get there first. And if they get there first, I'm gonna declare war on them and take them, and I might take them anyways. All right, we have a event. As with all things in the natural world, a denizen of the forest has shed their mortal shell and become one with the woods, yet the question remains of how to honor the body now that they have passed. They could be sacrificed in the flames, immolated as Orion is each year a warrior's pyre, or the body could be planted deep within the ground, allowing the hungry roots of the deep wood to draw strength from the moldering remains. What do we get? Ooh. Upkeep -10 for all armies for 10 turns. Yes. It's not that significant right now. That'd be an amazing thing late campaign. Also, I think did I forget to use the Forge of Daith earlier? I think I did. As a waste. Alright. So, we can get a permanently upgraded, even more map movement range for the Dreaming Boots. Yeah, that's going to be what we're going to get. Because this only lasts for 5 turns. If this lasted for longer, like 10, 15, 20 turns, I would probably be using this a lot more. And from what I understand, the Forge is being reworked right now, and it should change soon. I think it's like there is a beta I could opt into right now if I went to Steam. I'm pretty sure I could get the beta and try their rework. I don't know if it changes this, because like 5 turns just isn't enough unless I'm like actively campaigning like in enemy territory and I just immediately need 20% movement range. Why would I pick that over just permanently getting this? This will last forever over the course of, you know, getting a 5% increase to movement, let's say, because I'm already wearing them, so I have 10%. So this is a 5% increase permanently. If I wear this for 100 turns and I'm moving every single turn, I'm getting infinitely more value out of this than I am for getting 10% extra movement speed for 5 turns. The math just doesn't work out. It's just not reasonable. I don't think I've ever picked Arahan for anything.
A pointless trinket.
Okay, they can't outpace me here. Yeah, I'm gonna get this first. I should have just used the world roots here and just teleported right over to the Ice Rock Gorge. So they also have like a short range. You saw me use it. I didn't really explain it in turn 1, but they have this movement stance world roots where they can kind of just like go around mountains and stuff. Just teleport past them. Do I care about getting this War Dancer gallery thing? Probably not. I'm probably going to get an extra unit of Hawk Riders and my Spell Singer. Hawk Riders off of this building, so yeah, that's probably how we'll do that. What I'm thinking. So what I'm thinking. I'm curious to see if these dark. See, look. It's going to be very interesting to see because they want to expand all the way down here. They came all the way from up here to come down here to expand to Ice Rock Gorge. So they want this territory, you know. Also, more chaos corruption. These fucking war herds, man. They are being difficult. It seems like we're kind of locked into this area because of them. I don't know what to do about that. This is going to spawn, like, I guess another Skaven army in, what, like 3 turns? I'd have to teleport over to Athel Loren, and that locks off teleportation for 10 turns, and I may have an issue with the Dark Elves over here soon.
Awaiting duty.
I don't know what to do about that, and I have this Beastman thing to worry about too, which, I mean, their army is so tiny, they're not a threat, but they are causing corruption in the area, and I don't want that.
Chosen of Hecate.
See, because the thing is, here's how the AI works. At least it did in like Rome 2, for example. If the AI has nowhere to expand, if you deny them expansion paths and they're at peace with you, but like they don't really like you, they will declare war on you. Just typically. So that's kind of what I'm expecting, is when I take this, I'm kind of expecting them to just turn around and, you know, attack. And the thing is, because of that colonization cost, as you can see, our army is kind of out of commission for like a couple turns. But I do want this area. I don't want don't abandon that. I don't want them to just have this whole region. Now, if they attack me with this, I think I can still win it, even with such a, you know, reduced capacity army, but it is a bit annoying. Okay, next turn we'll be able to have Hawk Riders, and we can get our Spellsinger now, actually. So let's take a look, and we'll talk about magic a little bit before ending the video. So, magics. Each Spellsinger, they have different, trees you can pick from. Different factions use different lores. I believe we only have access to those 3 lores of magic. We have, life, beast, shadows. Vampires have lore of vampires and dark and shadows. High elves have like high magic and other kinds as well. Sometimes other heroes will have other branches of magic that maybe your Spellsingers don't. But as Wood Elves, we're kind of limited to these 3, I think. And they come with different spells. So Spellsinger of Life, as you might expect, they kind of focus on buffing. So they'll have access to... Now, they won't have access to this immediately. Like, we'll have to level them before they get the spells we want. But they'll have, like, plus armor. That's a really good one for Wood Elves because the Wood Elves don't have armor. Earthblood just restores a pretty minuscule amount of hit points, but it's quick. It's got an okay range, and, it's something. More importantly, it can affect up to 4 units at once. So 4 units, you hit them with this, an upgraded version, you might, get like 1,600 hit points restored total across, several units. So that's pretty decent. Regrowth is much more powerful. As you can see, it's kind of balanced the same way. It can only hit 1 unit at a time, but it does, 1,392 hit points all at once. That's about the same as the Sisters' power when they get low down. They restore a third of their health about. So Lore of Life, pretty useful just for that alone. But they also have a nice little damaging spell. Severe damage to combatants, huge stationary area of effect, strong versus multiple combatants. It's not great for single combatants, and it does slow them down a lot. Basically, this puts a bunch of tree branches out, hits the fuck out of everyone in the area. Can be really, really handy against a big blob of infantry. They also have a little cheap kind of chip damage fuck you spell, just 6 mana cost. It's a small amount of magic damage, not good against armor, but it explodes, hurts people. It can do okay. It can do okay if they're not particularly good against magic, and more importantly, contact minus 48% speed. So anyone you hit with that is just dead in the water. You can hit a unit of cavalry with that, and then shoot the fuck out of them while they're slowed down. It's great. So here you go. Here's another one. Some physical resistance, some base weapon damage. Not nothing crazy. I think Flesh to Stone also had a side effect too. I wonder if it has it anymore. I don't see it. I think Flesh to Stone used to have an ability where on top of the Flesh to Stone thing, no one affected by the ability, none of the entities could die, so they could take damage, but all of the troops in the unit would stay alive and keep doing damage, which is interesting. Doesn't seem like that's there anymore. Oh, and also every time this person casts a spell, they restore 40 hit points to just everyone, just all of your units on the whole map. So really good, really decent, magical effects here. Beast, on the other hand, they're a little bit of a different kind of support mix. So you've got Flock of Doom, which is just kind of light amounts of damage, but it hits a large target radius. So if you get 10 people, 10 units, hit at the same time with Flock of Doom, does a pretty good amount of damage. Wissand's Wild Form, you saw us use, just adds a little bit of armor, a little bit of extra damage. Transformation of Kadon is the big thing with this, and for Wood Elves, looks like it spawns a Great Eagle, and I've already talked about how I feel about Great Eagles. They're okay. I used them in my first campaign. I got her upgraded enough to use Transformation of Kadon. She didn't die in that one, and I used it a couple of times. It's useful. It's a free eagle, so I mean, it's not a bad spell for sure. But when you have this with the Beastmen, they get a more powerful unit. They get I don't even remember what it's called, but it's basically a fleshy half dragon guy. I can't remember what they're called. Someone remind me. And they've got the Amber Spear, which is it's an okay spell. It's not bad. It can hurt people, but you have to land it right. Impenetrable pelt, plus speed is okay, plus physical resistance is okay. And the Curse of Honor here, which is kind of expensive, but minus speed, minus accuracy, minus melee attack, which, you know, see, it's not bad, right? Minus speed, yeah, that's great. But I could also just do damage to them and slow them down even further with this spell, so why? And then, well, okay, well, what about my Flock of Doom? You know, it's very cheap, so that's good, but if I want to spend some more mana, I can spend lots of mana and get a fuck ton of damage and slow them down still, so I just don't care for the spells that they have. And where's their like buff? Where's their like special? Do they even have one? I don't even see like a map wide effect. There you go. I guess every time they cast, they get a little more mana to work with. So I mean, that's not bad. You know, that's not a terrible one to have. But you know, I don't know. So like even if you get them high level, you know, they're just riding a Great Eagle, and they're never going to be a particularly effective melee combatant. They're okay, but other factions can use the Spellsinger Beast better, in my opinion. Shadows is an interesting one. It is mostly like a debuff supporty kind of one. So looks like, wow, that's a lot more power. I swear these weren't as powerful before. It seems like they're more powerful now, but so their like little augment is when they cast, looks like for 24 seconds, all of your units on the map get a 12% speed bonus. That's huge. That's really nice. Mystifying Miasma is just kind of like a direct fuck you. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage at all. And it definitely doesn't have the range of like the crows, but minus 24% speed, you're slowing people down. It can cause some damage. It's not something to take lightly for sure. Enfeebling a foe is just a very cheap, just no, you don't get to do damage now. I've definitely made good use of this because it's so cheap. You can just throw it out anytime. And against like weaker units like Skavens, like Clan Rats, it makes them literally worthless. Like if you cast this on a unit that only has like 30 melee attack and defense for starters, well then for 22 seconds they're gonna have nothing at all. Your units are just gonna slaughter them. So you can use that to like speed up or slow down a section of the battle. You got someone that's having some trouble, you know, 1v1ing a more powerful unit. Well, for 22 seconds that unit is a piece of crap. And your like weaker unit can win, or maybe you've got a lord 1v1ing your lord and they're winning. Fuck your melee attack and defense. Always handy, and it's cheap. Penumbral Pendulum, I've seen people use this well. I can't use it very well. Basically just cuts a clean scythe through the enemies. It's pretty good. It's not super pricey for what it can do, but you definitely have to have the setup right. You got to be in the right position. It takes a little bit of micro that I usually can't do so well, especially with the Wood Elves, because the Wood Elves end up in these like spread out weird engagements usually on just like different sections of the battlefield. So it's not like you're fighting like the Empire with the Empire where you're likely to have like a clean line, you know, just like that, and then you can send the pendulum down that line. With the Wood Elves, the fight's going to be more dynamic, so it's not always helpful. Just a cheap fuck your armor ability, fuck your morale ability. For 7, -8 leadership is pretty good for 7 cost. Mind Razor, you just 9 cost to 50% base weapon damage, 50% armor piercing damage. I've almost never used this. And their power attack, 13 cost for a vortex type spell. Basically, it just you slap it down and it just fucks anyone inside that area. It's good against armor. It's not super powerful. The Dark Mage has the most powerful vortex in my opinion, and that thing just, you can get 800 kills with just your mage using just the Dark Vortex. But Pit of Shades, it's not bad. And against like high armor armies like Dwarves, Empire, Pit of Shades can net you 500-600 kills. I've done some battles with good mana regen and various items and just slapping down Pits of Shades. So a Shadow Spellsinger can very well turn the tide of a battle and also do a fuck ton of damage. So really, like, determining who you want really depends on what you need and what sort of army base you have. So like these sort of Healy abilities, they're not really that effective on
Sisters of Twilight.
high entity units. So if I have 60 dudes in a unit, heals don't really work. The health goes down commensurate with how many dudes are in the unit, and you can't heal someone that's dead. So you can try to heal someone, but if I tried to heal, say, these 15 guys right now, their health is low because those guys are dead. So they're not really actually going to get much benefit off of this health bar. This health bar is tied to how many guys are in the unit. But for the sisters, for example, they'll get the full benefit of the heal. They'll get everything. For these smaller entity units, like my Stag Knights, my Hawk Riders, they'll probably get a little more benefit. For the Eagle, they'll get a little more benefit. Everyone will probably get like benefit off of, like, say, the map-wide heal. So really, which one I want is kind of a question. Do I want to buff people, attack people? Do I want to do damage? Am I going to have a lot of low entity count units in my army? Or is it mostly going to be like infantry and archers? And right now, eventually, it'll probably be more elite and smaller entity count, where I have, like, this whole core would just be Way Watchers, which are like a half-size unit. And maybe these will be dancers, these things, which are also like smaller units. Actually, no, they have 75. Never mind. I'm lying. These have 75 too. I thought they were smaller. Never mind. I'm just wrong. But like a tree man maybe will replace some dryads. I don't know. But considering the makeup of the army as it stands and how long we'll probably be standing with that army, I'm thinking I want a Shadow Mage, and this is an important decision because this may stick with us for a long, long time. We can get 2 though. We can get 2. I don't think we can recruit 2 of them in one turn though. What is Ariel's chosen, by the way? Ooh, Winds of Magic Power Reserve plus 15 is really good. Speed plus 20 is really good. These characters have better attributes. Perceptive is, it's okay. But I think I will go Shadow. I think that's the way I want to spin this for now. What was that doing? Oh, I think I have a buff going from Nastra for some reason. I don't remember. I probably did that in another video and forgot. So that's that decision. Hopefully that explains why I'm making that decision. And next video, I'm going to have to think about this. We're going to have to see what these Dark Elves do first off with their Wizard of Dark. See, this is what I was talking about. This is a Dark Wizard. They might have access to that crazy spell eventually that I was talking about with the Vortex. But yeah, I'm going to have to decide if I'll be able to move over here to the Oak of Ages and defend it or what. I'm going to have a better garrison of 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 units, so it may be able to defend whatever spawns here. And maybe Orion will help me out. Maybe, hopefully. Orion, you want to help? Can't trade with them or anything, so they don't like me that much. We'll figure it out next time. And yeah, I'm at 40 minutes from that explanation, so I'll see y'all then.